thanks for tuning in to the Stained Arrow Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Pennycuff, and our other host is Dalton Owenby. Just two former college football players and men of faith that love our families and have a huge passion for hunting and fishing in the outdoors.
So what's going on, herd or tribe or squad or whatever we decide to call you guys, because at some point I want that little community to have its own name of you guys that listen to me. But welcome back to another episode. So this week what we're going to be talking about is basically just the name of the channel and a little bit about the logo and why we are named Stained Arrow. So as most of you guys know, God is a very central, large part of my life, and if you'll notice in the logo of Stained Arrow, there's a cross for the T with a broad head. And Stained Arrow in itself is like a multiple meaning logo. So for me to kind of break this down for you, the picture itself of the cross is, a picture of Jesus and what he did, going and dying on the cross for us. But another part of the logo is like the stained part, like Stained Arrow. When I think about an arrow, I just kind of automatically think about like a wooden arrow. And the stained part is obviously the blood staining that wood. And that's a picture of Jesus' blood staining the cross. And then the secondary part to that is when we hunt, especially me, because I only hunt with a bow. At least for big game, I only hunt with a bow. And that's a picture of when I take an animal's life, that I'm staining my arrow with the blood of that animal. And in that, it's kind of a picture of the way Jesus gave his life for us. So that animal is giving its life to sustain, my life with its nutrients and my family's lives and the people around me. That animal gave its life for the sustenance. The only difference is that when Jesus' blood stained that cross, he gave us an eternal sustenance. So that's just kind of a small breakdown as to what Stained Arrow is and what we stand for. It's just for us, for our channel, for this channel, it's faith, family, and hunting. And we won't forget to sprinkle in fitness, because that's also a large part of my life. So I know this episode isn't long, and it won't be very long at all, but one thing I'd like to encourage, if you have any questions about Jesus, about God, just reach out to me on Instagram or my Facebook page, or comment on this video or podcast, or wherever you're viewing this. Just reach out to me, and we can talk about it a little bit. But that's about it for this week. Next week's episode, or the episode that's coming after this, we're going to go back into some elk hunting. But what we're going to do with that next episode is we're going to talk about some budgeting and like how you can get started, what the startup cost for, and I'll have some really cool tips in there for you to kind of help that cost go down a little bit. Some pretty interesting stuff. So stay tuned for that episode. It's going to be a pretty good one. And go ahead and like this video if you're on YouTube. Subscribe. And if you're on any of the podcast platforms, rate us. Go ahead and give us a rating, because that helps get us out a little bit. Thank y'all for listening. And man, I've been saying this a lot lately, and this may be the little tag thing for what I got. But man, go be a beast today.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. And if you like what you heard, you can follow us on Instagram and YouTube. You can go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, whatever streaming platform you listen to us on, you can follow us on there so you can stay in tune when we put new episodes out. Thanks for listening, guys, and y'all have a good day. remember, love God, love people, work hard, and outwork the competition.